blockchain, and you really gave it a very kind of clear delineation in terms of separating the wheat from the chase and letting us know what's what. But what I
I
really want to
appreciate
start
that.
off by asking you is that can you explain what makes the crash of the cryptocurrency market distinct from normal securities?
The crash of normal securities is tied to at least some extent to the real economy. Now, the crash of 2008, of course, that was based upon wild speculation, collateralized debt obligations, and those kinds of things. So, in a sense, it was not entirely real. But there were actual houses, for example. This crash is different, number one, because it's based upon an ideology collapsing as well. And that ideology is that a database technology, blockchain, is the foundation of a liberatory project. And not just liberatory in a Marxist sense or socialist sense, but in a financial independence sense, right? So as people begin to realize that they are not going to make crazy amounts of money, they're not going to have a nest egg, because these cryptocurrencies, and using currency is a misnomer, but these crypto tokens, as I said, and as Jason read, um, are wildly speculative. As more people realize this, and fewer people are willing to input capital into these exchanges. And I think also, quiet as it's kept, some of the major players, such as Goldman and others, have begun to assess and reach the conclusion that it's not a good investment for them. And so they also have been pulling out, and as a result, the values have been crashing. And then finally, there's the fact that many of these companies have been pretending, in a way that's similar to the false fronts that were put up during the crash of 2008, the financial crash, but somewhat different because different crypto exchanges invest in each other and they manipulate trading to make it seem as if there's more activity than there actually is, to therefore gin up interest. So those schemes have been failing, and there have been collapses and bankruptcies as a consequence, because at some point, your investors, whether they're small or large, want real returns. And if you're not producing real returns, out they go, right? Because you can't really buy your $1 billion yacht um, with crypto.
You're definitely, of course, not a fan of crypto, and I have
Yeah.
a good personal friend that still believes in it, and he did lose some money when the market tanked not too long ago. Um, what is it about crypto that's still so alluring? It feels like this is simply like a penny stock pump and dump scam with the added veneer of internet influencers.
Yeah.
And there also seems to be a youth component to crypto that
Yes.
we're not used to seeing in
Yeah.
trading.
It's desperation, Jason. I think that, I mean, this has been stated many times before, but I think that capitalism is almost out of tricks, right? I mean, the one trick that should happen is the re-engineering of our infrastructure to be ready for climate change, right? That would generate trillions in
Mhm.
activity, but no one's willing to do that. So we're backed into a corner, regardless of our age cohort. For the young, they know that their financial prospects are quite poor, and they do not seek growth. Even if you're a person who's 25 or 35 or 40, which I think is the upper limit for millennials, and your parents leave you, let's say, 500,000 because in housing, you have decades of life to go, and that 500,000 will not go far. And so sensible people know that. They know that, yes, it's good to have this nest egg, but it won't last me for the rest of my life, just normal living. And then, of course, most people don't have even that. We all know this now. We all know that we are well and truly fucked. But I think that even the capitalists themselves, as I believe a few scholars have been acknowledging, are beginning to realize that their bag of tricks is almost empty. This leaves us only with ideology. In other words, you have to believe, in the same way that Musk fans must believe that he can build a base on Mars, because if he can, and of course he can, then all of their dreams, all of their hopes are completely dissolved. And I think that this clinging to crypto in some sectors is a clinging to a hope that something will pay off, something will provide freedom from the grind, and from the terror of being poor, right? And ideology is extraordinarily powerful and not susceptible or easily susceptible to data, to material reality, right?
It's really fascinating that you say that, because one of the things that you mentioned here is how cryptocurrency is a Ponzi scheme. Can you define exactly what you mean by that when you say that it works as a Ponzi scheme?
If I am a successful crypto trader, I have become successful because I've convinced you to buy crypto from me. And also, I have to spread the concept of crypto in order to find as many suckers, buyers, as I possibly can. This is why they market so heavily. This is why they promote relentlessly, because they have to have new suckers into the system to keep the system going. Like any Ponzi scheme, right? Because if a Ponzi scheme is just me buying all the Tupperware and then you not buying the Tupperware, well, then I'm done. I have to find everybody to buy the Tupperware, and I don't want to get. I'm not besmirching Tupperware. You can actually use it, but you understand what I mean. I mean, at least there's something you can use. But you have to find more and more and more people to buy into the system in order for the system to be successful, and for you to be successful. Yeah, because if you're just a person who is just holding crypto, you're not making any money.
I mean, Ponzi scheme, it almost sounds like multi-level marketing from some of the things that I've seen.
That's good. Yes, I think so. That's also a very good description. Yeah.
But what's fascinating to me is, again, we're in a moment where we have all this information at our fingertips. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe on your way out. You can catch the live stream of This is Revolution every Tuesday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time and Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. This is Revolution.